Hey, what's happening, Facebook? It's another edition of Messages in the Madness, and this is yours truly, Longhorn the Comedian. I thank y'all for popping in, hanging out with me. 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. This is where I'm at. I'm here in the office, down in the basement, hunkered down in the bunker. Yes, sir. I hope that everybody's had a good week, a great week, a fantastic week. For those of y'all that are still with us, I am so glad you're still with us. We did lose some people this week, so I bow my head in grace and pray for them and their families. We did lose a great comedian this week, a young man by the name of Tyler Craig. Great comedian, very funny comedian out of Atlanta, and he was really a great individual. He really was, and he said some things about me a long time ago that I never forgot, and they really meant the world to me. So sorry to see him go. Sorry that we lost him. In the meantime, we're still here, we're still living, we're still kicking. So that's a plus right there. And I'm just glad. I'm happy. I'm grateful. I have two of my four children, young people, are out on the highway. So if y'all say a prayer for them, let them make it back home safely. One's in Texas, drove down to Texas, and one of them drove down to Atlanta. So a little prayer for them would be awesome. I greatly appreciate that. So, like I said, I hope you had a great, great weekend. I want to say hey to everybody that I see. I see Charlotte, I see Vincent, I see Nanette, I see Ethel. I thank y'all for popping in and hanging out with me tonight. And no blue, no green screen tonight. I just thought I'd just plus it's a little hot in here, so I just thought I'd just let it hang out tonight. So our topic tonight is oh, I got to mention one other thing. Thank you guys for supporting my book, Messages in the Madness. Is doing pretty good, and I am so grateful to y'all. And I'm working on book 2 and 3, so there you go. In the interim, the message tonight is about, as it says on the screen there, sacrifices. Yeah, sacrifices. Hey, what's up, Jack? Good to see you, man. I saw your interview with Linda. Y'all got to check that out. Linda Marcus Smith. She does interviews with comedians, which is just awesome. And she's on YouTube, but it's a great thing that she's doing. She's interviewed over 100 comedians, and Jack Daniels was one of those. But in the meantime, like I said, the message tonight is about sacrifices. We all make sacrifices, and the sacrifices I'm talking about are not the biblical sacrifices, the ones that, I'm not asking you to go kill a lamb or kill a body and throw it into the volcano or anything of that nature. I'm just talking about the sacrifices that we make, that people make on a day-to-day basis in order to live our lives, in order to help other people. We do make sacrifices, whether we realize it or not. And quite frankly, I want to say thank you. Because see, that's one thing that people who do make sacrifices don't hear enough is thank you. Because usually when you're making a sacrifice for somebody else, you're giving up something that you need or that you wanted or that you anyway, you're doing something special. So a lot of people do a lot of sacrificing every day. And I just want you to know that yeah, we see you and we thank you. But according to the definition, sacrifices, the kinds of sacrifices that people make all kinds of sacrifices from clothes to food, but the types of sacrifices that I'm talking about are sacrifices of life or limb, time, comfort, food, freedom. Um, I know people in the military make that sacrifice on a regular basis, but I'm talking about everyday people like me and you. There's not that's well, I am part of the 1%, but things that we do in life now. There are things that successful people do to be successful. Why? Well, quite frankly, why am I talking about successful people? Because we're all trying to be successful in our lives. And it's not necessarily just business, but we're trying to be successful in what we're doing. We're trying to be successful in running our homes. We're trying to be successful in raising our families. We're trying to be successful in our health, what we eat, how we exercise. We want to see something at the end of that tunnel. We want to accomplish something at the end of that tunnel. So therefore, we have to make sacrifices on other things in order to accomplish that. But do you know what your number one sacrifice is? Time. Time. Now, chances are, if you're watching this broadcast, you got more time than you got money. So time is your most precious commodity. And whenever somebody asks you, can you help them with something? The first thing that even regardless of what it is that they're asking you for, the first thing that you're going to have to sacrifice in order to help them is your time. You're going to have to sacrifice that. And your time is precious. Some people say your time is money, which is very true. But time, because time is something you can never get back. I don't care what you loan somebody or what you help them out with, they can never give you back your time. So that's the number one thing that we sacrifice that we really don't even realize that we are sacrificing. Stability. Yes. Stability is something that we sacrifice. When we take and loan somebody some money or sign our name as a co-signer on something, we are sacrificing our stability. Yeah. Personal life. Yeah, let me explain that one. Okay. I'm going to read this one, okay? Let's see. I'm going to use this example that I found on Lifehack. It says, the guy says, I've been happily married for almost 7 years, but we've had our challenges. There are times where I have sacrificed time with my husband to finish an article on time. There are times where I postpone a play date with another mother to a more convenient time. When we are determined to succeed, we have to make changes in our personal lives. And our friendships and our relationships is not about neglecting your loved ones. It's about, working around your personal life. So we have to, when we make certain sacrifices, we are making, our personal lives, we got to take time from over here in order to put it over there. We got to take time from Joe to spend it with Susan, or we got to take time from our children or our grandchildren in order to help somebody else. It's a sacrifice. Ooh, big one, sleep. We've all sacrificed sleep in one way or another. I remember one time I sacrificed 36 hours to help a friend drive. Yeah. Sleep is one, but sleep, and to me, is like time. You can't get that back. I don't care how much you talk about, I'm going to go lay down and make up for them 4 hours I lost yesterday. Once you give up sleep, you never get that back. You just don't. Your health. Health is, you sacrifice that in more ways than you even imagine. Quiet time, sanity. I'm just going to let that sink in. Immediate desires. That's the big one. Immediate desires. When you do something to help somebody else, you got friends that are taking an expensive trip down to Mexico, and they're going to fly in, and then they're going to get on a cruise ship, and they stand in the $high cabins, and y'all going to kick it in Mexico for a week. That's a big investment. But what if you're trying to buy a house, and that money that you can use for that trip could actually be better served as a down payment on your home? So which one do? You sacrifice the trip so that you can get the home, or you sacrifice the home so that you can take the trip. Sacrifice. But more to the point, we all make sacrifices for our family and our friends, our loved ones, for our job, for our church. For some people make sacrifices for people that they meet on Facebook. Why? Because that's the direction that their spirit was led in, was how can I help? Hey Roger, how you doing? Vincent, good to see you. People have made sacrifices to help me. And my organization, thank you for your service. They've made donations to, even though it may, you think, man, that $20, that ain't nothing. I lose $20, walking down the street. Yeah, but it's your $20 and you decide to do something else with it. But we make sacrifices for family and friends that sometimes we feel like it goes unappreciated. And I think that's why I wanted to talk about this evening. Because right now, a lot of people are making a lot of sacrifices to help a lot of people. There are a lot of people who are unemployed right now because of COVID-19. So there are other people who are stepping up and making sacrifices to help those people. They're donating food and clothes, homes, places to stay. Doctors are donating their time or making sacrifices of their time. Medical workers. There's a lot of people doing a lot of great things, making a lot of sacrifices, so that therefore people who are not whole can feel more whole than what they were. Because they have loved and because they have lost whatever they have lost due to what is going on now. You have probably made some sacrifices to people and you may not have thought twice about it. I had one example. Young lady said she was making peach jam for her grandkids. She's sacrificing her time and resources to make something that she knows somebody else will love. So, me personally, I don't take sacrifices lightly because nobody has to do anything for you. Nobody has to give you anything. Nobody has to just drop what they're doing to help you. Because see, the real trick of the matter is when people see you taking one step forward, they're happy to help you take two. But you have got to make the sacrifices on your own. You got to make some sacrifices to move forward. You got to make some sacrifices, be willing to relinquish some things in order to move to that next level. And if you're not willing to do that, then what you're doing is you're wasting other people's sacrifices. And when you waste other people's sacrifices, especially that number one, time, you're wasting a resource that can never get back, that no one can ever get back. Because once we're gone, we're gone. There's no rewind button. There's no replay button. There's no reset button. So we have to really be focused, really have an appreciation for what other people sacrifice for us. I don't care if it's a glass of water. That's a glass of water they could have kept and drank or gave to a family member of theirs. Yeah. So start by appreciating those sacrifices, appreciating those pleas and thank yous, appreciating that extra biscuit or that person that stayed 15 minutes late for work, stayed 15 minutes longer at work so that you can get there on time because nobody has to do this. That's my message for tonight, sacrifices. And again, to all of y'all who have made sacrifices for your family and for your friends and for your loved ones, I say thank you. Of course, for our veterans that make sacrifices, I say thank you. Hey, Linda, good to see you. But for everybody that's going above and beyond and out of their way to help people, to move people in a positive direction, sacrificing your time and your money, your energy, your immediate desires, your personal time, I say thank you. Because nobody says you had to do it. You could go home, sit on your ass, put your hands up, sit on your hands. But you're not. And again, I thank you. So, what we got going on over here? Let's see. Vincent said, absolutely, we are on all borrowed time. Yeah, we are. We are on borrowed. Man, you don't know we're on borrowed time. Nobody knows the date of the time, and when you're going to be gone, when you're just going to punch out, I had a friend of mine, Matt Collins, very good comic. Love that guy. I lost touch with him, but I read on Facebook one day that he was gone. He died in his sleep. He was probably 10 years younger than me. Died in his sleep. Who knew? This last week, buddy of mine, Darnell Fowler, he had heart surgery about 3 years ago, and he got real sick this year, passed away. Another friend of mine, Julian Taylor, and all these people are, my age or younger, and gone because we do not know what tomorrow's going to bring. What's up, Marquise, man? Good show this weekend. I went down to Centralia and saw Marquise and did a couple of minutes on the show down there in Centralia. Good job, Marquise. But again, we don't know. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So since we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, you know what I ask you to do? Live your life now. Appreciate now. Don't worry about tomorrow. Appreciate now. Now, if you make it to tomorrow, handle that. But how about you just focus on making it to today? Appreciate the sacrifices people have made for you to be, in order for you to be where you're at right now. I'm Longhorn. God bless you. I love you. $2.